Hi, beautiful faces. Welcome back to this special episode. My name is Swazi. I'm a makeup artist, professional makeup artist, and a beauty educator. Why I'm saying special, this episode specifically, is because it's just a down where I'm talking about myself, which I really don't like to do the most. I don't like talking about myself, but I'll give it a try. But basically, I want to share the things that I've learned or my takeaways in my experience of being a makeup artist for 10 years, and I'll try to break it down in 5. So let's get started.
Oh, you look gorgeous, woman. Gorgeous, woman.
Okay, so like I said, my name is Swazi. So basically, Swazi is my stage name. My biological name is Jenna. Now I'm Nyataza. Recently got married, but a lot of you guys would know me as Jenna Nkosi. But now I'm Nyataza. I reside, born and bred in Cape Town, in Ekhayelitsha, eBongweni. Grew up in such a huge and big and beautiful family of a lot of siblings, actually. I can't even number them. But I grew up in a home where we are a lot. I always say, in a way to describe my home is that if you've ever cooked and tried to ask people to help you with holding the plates, that was my life every day at Kaya, because we would dish up, but we'll still need to hold some plates. So we've never really dished up for anything less than 10. Sometimes 7, depends on who's on holiday, who's not, right? But yeah, so I grew up in that household, 4-bedroom house, where all I knew was sharing love, pray, and beautiful people, beautiful heart, and beautiful journey with my family. All we knew is just having a home where it's a full house, you know? I grew up in a home where there was never a dining room and a sitting room. We just had a sitting room. Sometimes it would be a dining room, most of the times a TV room, right? So I enjoyed it so much. And then Swazi Makeup Artistry came about, you know? So if you know how is it like growing up in a household with a lot of family, you would understand the need or the idea of trying to create different streams of income, right? So that's how Swazi Makeup Artist started. I used to do a lot of people's braids, hair. It started with hair, actually. I would do a lot of braids and assist here and there make with hair. Installation that time was never a thing, but would be good with styling, either styling your hair, relaxing, or anything like that. I was that girl. Until I went out on, I think, a friend's date or whatever. I think we went somewhere, my friends and I. And one friend of mine, or mutual friend, I'd say, she was doing her eyebrows. And I was just so interested. I was watching her like, oh my God, her name is Nesipo. I was watching her like, Nesipo, how do you do this? Like, I love your brows. You know, there was a time where your brows were nicely drawn, but also they had that beautiful arch area. And it's like, I'm going to know this. And I literally heard it from her when she was saying it. She was doing one brow. And I said, please teach me. And she did it, and I got it. And it started with just brows. And I would used to do brows on myself, and then everyone would be like, don't lazy brows, don't lazy brows. I'm like, okay, no problem, we'll do it. Until my dad was like, girl, please start charging 20 rands for your brows, because you gotta make so much money. Because someone was just random people, it started off with my neighbors, right? Until now, random people knock Ekaya. People that I've never imagined coming to my house, say, hey, I heard that you do brows. Please, trim my brows and recreate eyebrows. And that's how Swazi Makeup Artist started. And it's been such a beautiful, long, and a learning curve journey for me that started in 2016, actually, yes. So with me, I always cringe a bit when someone asks me, when did you start your business? I'm like, I don't have a date, a time, a place. I just know it to be something that started really scrappy. And that's the beauty of my story, to be honest, because it allowed me to start anything that I want to start without feeling like I need to have it perfectly done or have a perfect start. So yeah, that's just basically the lesson I've learned, right? Okay, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, started then, and then like I mentioned that I have a lot of family members, and greatly. We have a lot of siblings and cousins who are ladies. Like I'm coming from such a strong womanhood of women, and those were my first models. And I would do anyone's makeup anytime. And sometimes when I'm attending your birthday and I don't have a gift, I'll gift you with my makeup, with my makeup, service, and I think that was for me a special gesture, because every time I would do makeup on someone, especially if it's their big day, I would want to pour my heart into it. Sharp. Then that's how it started. And for me, I couldn't say when I started that, I'm a makeup artist, because it was really hard for me to look at makeup artistry as a full-time, or how things look like as a full-time career. Because like I said, when I looked at people who are in the beauty space, I never would say I would draw so much inspiration from them. Rather, I would look at them as, the skill is nice to have, but I wouldn't take it and run with it as a career. I never had models of people who I can look up to and say, I want to be like Ubani and become a makeup artist. I always thought actually that I would be a corporate girl, and that's basically what I studied for, right? And then, I studied at CPUT, events management and project management. And I really thought after doing my project management degree, I would jump into a job. I remember carrying my CV everywhere I went, into every door of Woolworths or Clicks or something, trying to apply for a job. No one would take me. I was like, okay, is it a me problem? Am I incompetent or what? What's going on? But now I understand. God just wanted me to be where I'm at right now, to be a makeup artist, to have this business, right? So every time when someone asks, what do I do? What do I need to do when I have to start the business, makeup artist business? I would say start where you are, because my studio was firstly my mom's room. Remember, we were a lot of people in my house, so we share rooms as well. So if I could play out a scenario, if I have clients, and I'm mostly clients on weekends, right? I know I need to sort of like call out a meeting, like, hey guys, so I'm having a lot of clients this weekend. It's a grad week, or it's a matric ball weekend. I need space, right? Just to clean in early in the morning, and I need this room, and this is how I would like for everything to operate. If you are in the toilet, please use the other toilet instead of my mom's toilet, because she had like an insert room. I would have to do that. Someone would look at it as such an uncomfortable thing to do, but for me, my family made it easy for me to be actually uncomfortable and allow my uncomfortable space, get people into my home. I remember at a time, an entire G-Wagon car came to my house, and it was a client. I was like, oh my God, like our streets were full of people, because they couldn't believe that kind of a car coming to my house because they're coming to get my services. For me, such moments, they always reminded me why I needed to do this, right? People coming from afar, people coming from, different, walks of life to come get their services to me. For me, that was my reason why I needed to start. Like I mentioned, my studio. So basically my mom's room was my studio, and my dining room. We don't even have a big dining room, but that was my studio as well. And every time when I have clients, my family would just disappear, and I would not know where they are. Some are just next door, some just found things to do, until they know that, okay, it's now at least 3 p.m., around 4 p.m., and then they would come back and they would give me so much grace. I'm like, okay, can I wash your brushes? Can I make you tea? My mom is like that mom where she could make me porridge or something. So I also saw how my family supports me, or how my family sort of like accept this version of me, because for me it felt good, it felt comfortable. But whenever I think about life and think about career, I wouldn't look at makeup as one of those, what it is right now for me, right? And so every time when I speak about my journey, or speak about this part of my journey, I always feel like there's room for a lot of people to know about it, so that they can look at their situations and not make it as an excuse as to why they're not starting the business or starting to become who they desire to be. Because I always say that in societies, we grew up in places where we give grace to other careers rather than skill-based careers like makeup artistry, hairstyle artistry, or art as it is, because we think they will not get us far, right? Not to say I'm far, but I'm just saying it got me somewhere where I feel like a 9-to-5 career would have never gotten me to, because I would have not been passionate or related with, if that was the case. Moving forward from where I started to what I've learned. So I have learned so many things, and one of them is to work with different people and sort of like work with different people, but also learn from them, seek from them, be empowered by them, whilst you thrive to be the one that empowers them as well. So for me, I remember when I started, I wrote this lady, Babala Mtaqiso. That was 2018. That's 2 years after I started my business. I wrote to her and I said, hey, I hope you're well. I know you from ABC. Can I please collaborate with you? I would like to do your makeup for free every time you need it. All you need to do is just post my work. That's it, right? And you can only imagine, from a Khadija girl, you're literally writing this in your room. You have no idea if she's going to see it, respond, or anything like that. You're just hoping that she might respond. And I think she responded after a few months. And I was hopeless by then, because I was like, who do I think I am? Because I'm a nobody, right? And yeah, she responded. And that's how my marketing strategy of working with brand ambassadors started with her. And then I saw, okay, this works, right? And every time I would work with a lot of women, people I feel like they share the same impact that I want to share in my community that I would like to have in one day. And there are people who love the makeup, they embrace it, they love it. And I thought, okay, great. Let me just use the strategy in order to get my name into the right places, get my name to the masses, as a whole. And yeah, for me, I would say, number one, work with people and just find the right people to work with your brand, right? And for me, was offering my services for free as a trend exchange. And I think it worked really, really well. I was sitting the other day, I was like, I can't remember for the past 10 years, I would say, okay, 8 years, because I started with 2018. For the past 8 years, I can't remember a year of not working with a brand ambassador, right? And now these people are my sisters, these people are the people I confide to and, just treat as friends now. But to think about it back, if I've never done what I've done, I would have never got people who pour their hearts into my business, who post even days I did not even ask for it, or who just pour their hearts into making sure that there's a client into my doorstep each and every time I pivot or try to grow into the business, right? So yes, working with people, but you might take a different strategy, not perhaps like use an ambassador or have anything like that of some sort. But I personally feel like if you have a makeup artistic business or a beauty business, you really have to work with people and align with them, collaborate. I think that's the word I want to give for number one. Actually collaborate. It's very important to collaborate. It's something that I still feel like is something that am going to do moving forward. Number two, I would say start no matter how messy or how embarrassing your situation looks like, right? Like I mentioned, my house it's a beautiful home, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say it's a home sometimes we bring in clients to, especially back then where we couldn't fix it by then. It wasn't that space. But for me, I remember we did not even have a wardrobe. I would take so I basically did like a pull-up banner, and I will hide my little wardrobe with that banner because I didn't want my clients to see what's behind that banner. And for me, that was like, okay, such an idea, let me do it. But now when I'm sitting down, I'm like, that birthed a girl in me that starts however things look like, and life is not perfect, never is going to be perfect. So it made me to be someone who adjusts in business, personal life, to adjust things as how imperfect they are, right? And then number three is the makeup kit that you build, right? I think we are living in a time now, times are different now. You literally open your phone and every product is trending, all right? And these products are quite expensive products, like nothing less than a K. And that is so frustrating because you think about, oh my God, I want to build my kit, I want to start. And you're like, did you type it 10,000? And also no one has it at home. So I would say, start with products. We have a lot of products which are performing really well. They are great for a starter packet and they're affordable. You find them in a drugstore like Clicks and Dis-Chem. I personally think when it comes to makeup, what's more important is the technique right, is the understanding of the products, and then it comes to the type of products you're going to use. Because if you don't have the technique and have a bunch of great products, it's going to be so hard for you to, translate a good makeup look on someone. Gandhi, what's more important is the technique first. So I would personally say, watch a lot of tutorials, spend time there, consult with people who are your makeup mentors, makeup artist mentors. Just send them pictures, even myself, send them pictures and just confide with them, ask them, do you think this work is good, right? This is what I do currently doing actually with my one-on-one aspiring makeup artists. They actually send me pictures like, hey, Swazi, how am I doing? Do you think it's fine? Do you think it's okay? And I try to help them stop being fascinated about products, because I know when you start stressing about products, it's something that still stresses me even today. That's like a long-term and forever stress. You'll never find your products to be enough. You never find every brand to be enough. And also, you must also understand a brand that is trying to be marketed to a masses and a brand that actually works, right? So I would personally say, start with your brand. Start with brands like Fit Me. Start with brands like Fit Me, Maybelline, L'Oreal. Those are quite affordable brands, but they perform really amazingly. They sometimes really compete with these expensive brands like Dior, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, right? And then as you see that, okay, the skill is there and you can charge a bit more, then you can start, building your kit to that direction. Should that be what you want as a business? Because remember, as a business, you must have pillars where you want to attract with. Either it's quality, offering best quality, or is service-based, or is pricing. What do you want for people to come to you for? Could be one of those three. Just to go back again, it could be the quality of makeup that you produce, meaning your quality of makeup. If someone does makeup with you, let's say 6 a.m., it's guaranteed that it's going to last for the entire day. Or it's pricing. You're affordable, or you're one person, you're value for money, right? I can literally pay you 500 Rand. I'll get a 1.5 kind of quality makeup in terms of how it looks, but it's not as, it wouldn't last that long. But I mean, you also need it for 5 hours anyways, right? So if pricing is your thing, then great, you'll get clients who are fitting for that department or category. Then the last one is customer service, right? You can charge 5,000 Rand for a client, but if you pride yourself with customer service, trust me, there is a market for such clients. They will keep coming. They will see the value, because whenever they come to your space, they feel welcome, they feel valued, they feel like what they've paid for, they feel it and they experience it, right? So when it comes to the makeup business, you need to check it that way, and then which one is maintainable for you. For instance, for myself, what's more maintainable is customer service, because I currently work, I would say, alone as a makeup artist. So I know what I'm going to produce, and I know my consistency game, and I know if I'm going to be I know what you saw on social media is what you're going to get in person. But I can't say the same if, let's say, I have a studio makeup artist, or I'm still grooming people and I want them to work at my studio. Then I can't then say customer service is still the number one category in the pillars, right? But that's just an example. So I would say number 4 is your marketing strategy. I want to say that we're in a time now, we have different platforms to market your business, and the times have changed. When I started back then, Instagram was a thing, and posting every day was a thing, or posting frequently, I would say, was a thing. But now you have platforms like TikTok. And another thing back then was really a thing was a portfolio. If you had a portfolio and send it to people, or print out your portfolio, design it for it to look nice, so that if someone, sees you, they're able to page and see your work. But now there's TikTok, and TikTok is fire. TikTok is growing, and if you market your business there, I remember when I started TikTok, which was really, really recent, I got a lot of clients who were like, oh, I saw you on TikTok. I'm like, huh? TikTok? And I'm not even consistent that much. And I was like, oh, wow, I can't believe that people on TikTok, they actually see my work and like, okay, we trust you, come, So I would say market your business, see where it fits. So if you want, and also your strategy matters, right? Like I said, so when you are marketing your business, you need to understand the caliber of people you want to attract, right? And where they are. So Instagram, if you want the people who are, high end, or you want people in the corporate spaces, then Instagram, LinkedIn, that's where you need to be more, right? You can't do TikTok because of course everyone's TikTok, but these ones you can't miss, right? But if you want people who are attending like everyday events, clubs, or just events, could be beauty events or anything like that, that you're also updated with, then you can do TikTok a lot, so that you can attach the event name to the service offering that you want to talk about, or just do something related to, maybe pink will look good for this event because pink and glam, or it's a also brittle fruit, pink glam, whatever, right? So those are just ideas that I personally could say that is something that you can look out for as a starting out makeup artist. If you just a makeup artist like myself, but you want to pivot into other things as well, like classes, then it's important of you, especially if you want to do corporate classes or you want to do one-on-one classes, it's important for you to give the visual idea of these classes, maybe visual idea of the packaging you're going to give for the classes, or the visual idea of how these classes will run in terms of the structure, in terms of the learning structure as well. Or if you want to do corporate classes a lot, then you need to know who you need email. Then you get those potential corporate clients on LinkedIn more, or on Instagram, but go through their portfolio, see if this is a good, network person, or attend events that are attended by these people. Approach them as a makeup facilitator or a makeup beauty educator, so that you give an idea that, okay, you're more than just a makeup artist, right? And that's kind of what I would say my season is at in the moment, because I do a lot of classes. I've done one big class last year, which is 2025, and it really went well, and I think it opened so many doors when it comes to corporate classes. And now a lot of people, they ask about these classes, they request them from me. And also when it comes to actually positioning the classes, the type of classes you want, it's important again to know the type of people you want to attract through these classes. For me, it's the working women. Why? Because I know that I like that type of makeup. I like teaching that type of makeup, right? Instead of, let's say, teaching for girls. I'm more like, I think also because I'm more mature now, I'm in my 30s, and that's what I like more. I want to talk about something I can relate to as well. It's easy to teach it, it's easy to live it as well. So for me, that's what works. But it wouldn't work for you if, let's say, you're in your 20s. I mean, if you want to do nice, cute classes, you still can do that for the girls who like the blush, pink blush, or anything like that. Just give you an example. And then maybe the last thing I would say is that, and also, marketing your business is also outside just having social media accounts. It's important, again, to have your website, updated, to have your business card, because you might never know who you would meet. And some people are still stuck in the olden days where they carry their business cards everywhere they go. So it's important to connect with people and meet them where they are, right? And in that way, you're just trying to circulate your business as much as you can and have different variety of people that can be your clients, right? And yeah, that's it for our number 4. And then number 5, compliance. When I think about compliance, I always want to feel like, oh my God, let me not talk about it, because because I know it's been a journey with myself as well, but now it's been such a free or a peaceful thing to talk about compared to how things were like back then. I remember when I spoke to a friend of mine who's also in the industry, and her business started out like 2 years ago, I'd say. And I was like, hey girl, please listen to this, and please don't take it for granted. Please keep your slips. Please have a separate bank account from your personal account. And what else? Please have either an accountant, but it's kind of really hard to afford an accountant, but like have an accounting system, right? And I could sense that, yeah, diva, but akandiva, right? And I was like, I understand, because I know what it took for me to kind of fix my life and backtracking it, right? Because that was like annoying. It was hard. And this happened when I got like a message from my SARS account, and they were like, hey, please submit your etc. And I was like, huh, what? I've never submitted my file. I've never submitted my e-filing, nothing at all, right? And then I felt really bad because I've been looking down on this because I always said, I don't earn that much. Wait, there's a lot of money, whatever. But now, even if you don't earn a lot, it's okay. You still have to do your books. You still have to submit to SARS. And it's something I think a lot of makeup artists are still feeling like, I'm freelancing here with too. I don't have to do it, right? You don't want to do it when your business has grown. Now it's sort of like pulling back, because that's how I felt with my business. I remember I had to take a conscious decision 2 years back where I was like, okay, either I buy this object or this thing or pay off this amount to someone who's going to assist me with my SARS, everything, right? And for me, yes, I studied about tax a little bit when I was doing my project management course, but guys, nowadays we study, but sometimes we don't remember what we studied, right? So I did not know the terms that the lady was helping me, she was using, who's an accountant. And I was like, oh my God, when she would say a word, I'm like, what's that? So also, self-development is very important. There are spaces like Coursera, there are spaces like Udemy, they have like very affordable courses for like about 200 Rand or 300 Rand to 500, 1,000 Rand. But if you want to learn about, let's say, tax or YouTube, actually, you don't even have to pay nowadays. There's a YouTube platform where you can go and check how to understand tax. I'm a small business. I don't know anything. Please assist, right? But now we are in the space of AI. We have platforms like Xero or QuickBooks where you can get their live demos and them explaining to you how to use the platform. All I'm just saying, number 5, is that get your compliance and your books straight, and it's doable now because you either can get assistance from a friend who's an accountant or an accountant who's affordable, or get assistance from the live videos or assistance from people. If you just ask, I think you'll get right information that you need. So those are things I think I find them invaluable for today's episode, and sharing a little bit of my journey. I don't think I've left anything behind. Yes, it might have been like that, but like you guys will connect. Or just maybe ask me in the comment section, what would you like me to expand more about? I think this episode will really help me to understand what you guys would like to hear from me in this platform to expand more about and share that I have learned from my journey, that I'm still learning on my journey, because I might have been a 10-year makeup artist, but I'm still going to 20 to 50 to 100 because this is where I'm at and this is what I love, and truly this is my heart, I would say. And thank you so much guys for watching, and do the right thing. Please subscribe so you can see more of these quality videos and guests, more amazing guests on this platform. Please subscribe and please comment down below. Let me know what would you like for me to expand more about, and do like and share. And thank you so much.
Oh, you look gorgeous, wow. Gorgeous, wow.